little bit of an echo going on here. I got that whole cabinet removed and getting ready to lay some new flooring and then bring in this metal shelving unit that I have in my basement. It was the ones I had, I bought were 24-inch, but I needed 18. So I moved them downstairs into the basement to figure out what I'm going to do with them later. I don't believe I'm going to move both of them into here. Um, the more I think about it, I think I'm just going to bring one in and see how it works. With my ADHD, I use clear bins or cloudy kind of translucent where you can see through them. And each bin has its own categories. Like I have all my dog treats, all the supplies, utensils, everything in one bin. So when I want to do my dog treats, I don't even have to find spoons or spatulas. Everything, including the cooking utensils, are all together. Now, this has been my secret to tiny living. Over the past 9 years, I have been slowly working on what allotted space I need and kind of settled on this. I think it's 7 by 15 camper. But the main part of my living stuff is right here in this room. So you get to see how it transforms from, I don't know, you could call it from trash to cash or trash to class. I don't consider this trashy. It's just old. And so here I am. I told you we're going to work on a little bit of knitting and yeah, I'm going to leave you here with this paper. I'm going to make a quick run. I'll be right back. I got to go get something. I have arrived. Whew. Sorry about that. I forgot something. I had to make a quick run into the house. Yes, I left you with the paper. I'm back. Anyways, have a tiny sip of coffee with you. Now, what I do to start my day is normally around 8 o'clock Central Time. I've been up for about 3 hours, and so that's my prep time when I'm meditating, relaxing, doing a bunch of different little stretches before I even lift my head off my bed. I'm not thinking about what I need to do, feel, or be. I'm just experiencing my body and prepping my body for the day. All right. kind of good. Now, here we go. This is my phone, and I have an app called Finch. So about 8 o'clock in the morning, see, woo, 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 says start. So now here we go. I'm starting my day. 752-day streak. Okay, here we go. Let's go. This is Waffles. So give Waffles a little good morning hug. Among his little friend there. How it makes noises too, but there we go. Woo! Skittles, which is one of my friends that's visiting. We're going to give Skittles some kudos and some ice cream. Now that and a couple other things I'll show you are the only interactions you actually have with people. You can't like direct message anybody, but you can send them gifts and it's just kind of cool stuff. So I'll show you that. There's the friends. And my Finch is on. I have an episode just kind of talking about Finch, and I do give my little guy, my little code on it. Okay, so here we are. I've started my day. It says spend 5 minutes sketching the view from your window. That's a challenge. They give you some extra challenges during the month. So I'll do that a little later. I did my 5 wall pull-ups. I wiped down my working surface. I got out of bed. I took my morning meds. I did 5 jumping jacks. Exposed myself to 5 minutes of the morning sun. I planned out my meals for the next day. Okay, once you get 7, your little guy goes on an adventure. And right now, I don't remember what country we're in, but you pick different countries and go to. He's going to come back in 6 hours. But in the meantime, I already did this one, 5-minute meditation. I packed a healthy snack for the day. I have 8 for the water, 5 for posting 1-minute shorts. I just kind of keep that, 5 different interactions, whether I'm posting, doing a live right now, but I have 5 social media things I do a day. And then 5 times a day, a 5-minute stretch. I stepped outside my house. I ate some fruits or veggies. I made my bed. I brushed my hair and I washed my face. So there we go, people. I am done with my morning. That is what I do every day before 8 o'clock. What you saw me check off, all of those things. 8 o'clock, boom. Then from 8 to 9, I'm kind of doing a little prep where it's like, okay, what's the final things I need to do to prepare for my 9 o'clock episode to be here with you. So I will straighten up. I will organize what I want to have on hand. Like today, I had to set up things a little different so you can look down and see what I'm doing. And that'll make it easier when I'm doing any instructions or classwork with crochet, painting, you name it. And so I have these little stations throughout my camper to where I can just, boom, pop it up and be able to clue you in, let you come and join. All right, so here we go. We'll finish this up real quick. Okay, there are anytime ones. Organize office. These are ones where my buddies, they want help. And so she wants to dance to a song she likes every day, and she wants some help. So she reached out, and anybody who wanted to, gets to help her. And so I danced to a song I like this morning. So we're going to click it. Now here I can encourage her. So boom, I just sent a little encouragement saying, yoo-hoo, you can do it. Isn't this sweet, easy? Easy for people like me that struggle with interpersonal communications and relationships, like making friends, really being there for someone. I don't like the he said, she said, so it really bores me. So when someone comes to me a problem and they're telling me all about what happened, I'm like, I don't give a crap. Do you want to ever have a relationship with them? Do you want to rebuild this? I don't care how it happened. I'm more interested in what you want next. If it's shit, how do I help you get over it? If it's shit and you want to rebuild that shit, how do I help you do it? If you're doing something totally outside the realms of anything rational, then I have to figure out how to step out. These are all the things I'm learning outside of my Mormon bubble. The world that was created for me, that answered all my questions. I didn't have to think about what I thought or what I felt. It was all given to me. I just had to fill in the blanks. Hey there, Billy. Um, so there you go. That is what gets me through my day to 9 o'clock to be here with you. And my plan is, I kind of do between 20 minutes, half hour. I can go up to an hour. 10 o'clock. Now, right now, my mother's here in Minnesota, so we're on the same time zone. Um, Normally, she's in Arizona. So 10 o'clock in the morning is either 8 or 9 her time, depending on whether I'm on daylight savings time. So 10 o'clock in the morning is when I call my mom. My mom's 20 years older than me. And it might seem weird, but every single morning I call her because she wants to know my plans for the day, if I've eaten breakfast yet, and how I'm feeling. That's it. She doesn't want to get into my life. She just wants to make sure I'm okay and taken care of. And for a while it seemed intrusive to be calling my mother every single morning to just talk about what I'm eating and feeling. And I'm going to tear up because, oh my God, who wouldn't want just one human being that just cares about that simple thing? That's it. 10-minute, sometimes 15-minute phone call, because once she's done with me, she goes and makes breakfast for her 91-year-old husband. And so, like, seeing how the routines and patterns of people fit together, it's kind of cool. So sorry, I don't know. Lately, I've been a little teary-eyed over simple stuff, and I think it's just because I'm letting myself feel it, letting myself like be there in the moment and not stop it. Not going to be a blubbering idiot, but a little tearing up once in a while. It might happen. But I do like Elsa's, don't let them see you cry kind of thing. I like that kind of strength. I want to keep my tender emotions more for me. So if it seeps out for you once in a while, it might happen. It's the angry ones I'd be more scared of because I've never really recorded myself angry. Oh, I bet I probably look laughable. I probably am not even scary at all. Well, my tone of voice, they say that I'm really scary. So, but I don't like anger. So all we're doing today is a little chatting, and I, my mother is a knitter. She's knit well over. Oh, this one's bent. 100 and I think her count now is 142 Afghans that she has made, and they all. It's kind of like an artist. They're numbered. She knows what yarn she used. She has a scrap of most of the yarn, so if a repair might need to be made, she has that yarn. I love her. She's so awesome. She made me a small one. And then my brother's super tall, so he got really tall. Okay, what you're seeing here is it's from 1991. In Woman's Day magazine, there was, I'm gonna grab it for you real quick. It's right here. That's the joy of having tiny living. Hi, Adrian. You know where things are. It's easy to get to. Okay, so here we go. The person that bought this saw an ad. This ad, this exact ad, in a Woman's Day magazine, February 5th, 1991. And it's a super easy knitted braided rug. Okay? The pattern And materials cost $14.95, knitting needles not included. Okay, so they sent off to this. I think it's so cool they kept this. And in return, they got all the yarn needed for the project. And they got the pattern. Look how old that is. Nowadays, everything's like a PDF, and this is something, and it's got the washing instructions. So what you're going to do is we make 7-foot long strands, pin them, braid them, and then you sew the rug together. So that rug is going to be here in this space. That's one of my new winter rugs to help keep me warm. Now I'm a crocheter. I've been crocheting since I was 5 years old. My mother is the knitter. My stepmother was, well, both of them sewed, but my stepmother really was a seamstress. She sewed all my clothes. I wore dresses to school instead of pants. Oh man, that was hell. So anyways, I don't know. I could never really get the hang of knitting. So we'll show you how I do it, which I've already got this cast on. It's nowhere near 7 feet. And it's only a basic stitch. It's knit and purl. Each section is 40 rows. And I think I need 8 of them. And so I have this so that I know when it's hanging on the bottom, that's when I need to knit. If I spread this out like this and it's on the top, then I know it's a purl stitch. And that's it. So here we go. I pull it all the way up to the top. Now this, most knitters, you see them like this. Yeah, no. I pivot this into my leg and I hold it. And now we're going to we go into the stitch. So we're going front, bringing it down, go yarn over, and then up and over. That is your basic knit stitch. So we just have 5, which makes it super easy to learn. Now you see how I'm holding it? I don't even have to hold that, but I will sometimes make my pinky, but then I have to bring it back. So there we go. Now it's on the upside. So we're going to do the purl stitch. Now the purl stitch, we're going to go down instead of up. Now remember, I just keep this stable because I don't knit like normal people. I'm left-handed, and this is how they taught me. And it wasn't my mother, it was other people that taught me. So now we go down. So see, I'm going down. I'm still in the back. I yarn over, and I go up. And that's how you make the cable stitch, basically. What you're going to see this. You use this stitch for scarves, panels. There's different panels that it's great. Curtains. Use a thread and you could make a really nice curtain. And knit is the perfect thing to do that. And so up and over. So there you go. Now I'm going to do another one. And so we're going to do knit 5 and then purl 5. So there's knit 1, yarn over, bring it over, yarn over, bring it over. Now, like I said, I have watched people knit. I watched my mother just, I just don't have the coordination. So this is my workaround. So now we're doing the purl. Purl, purl, purl. 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the last, now what I got to do is I got to go in it and pick it up and over to complete the stitch. So there we go. We did 2 whole rows, people. Now, for me, now you can really see my hands. Okay. I've got the here and here. It's finally getting a little better. The redness and bruising has gone down. This finger is painful to the touch all the time. I all the time. It's just, it feels like it's broken 24/7. I know it's not. Um, my hand feels best in a curve, but I have to keep straightening it, or I'm going to end up with claw hands, and we don't want that. So, a little bit of stretch. I've only done 2 little rows, and I already have to stretch my hands. These are the changes that have happened that make it hard. Make it hard to be as physical as I used to be. I would crochet 18 hours a day. I mean, it's the thing I love. It's just, oh, to have to modify from what you care about. You know, it's life. I'm just gonna roll with it. At least I can still crochet. My workaround with that, I'll show you another day. Uh, when my hands are too sore, I have a crochet hook that's in a vise, and then I take my yarn, and then I use my hand to go up and down on the hook instead of the hook going in and out of the yarn or thread. It's kind of wicked cool. Um, I had a surgery, and so that's like couldn't crochet for a while, and yeah, my brain didn't like that, so I created a way to crochet. So let's go back to a little bit more. I check the bottom, and so I'll spend doing this knitting. I might spend maybe a half hour a day throughout the day. It's not a one-stop shop where I do this for a half hour. Partly because I'm new at it, and partly because I'm needing something to help me be more comfortable slowing down. How about that? What do you do or need to help you slow down? Slowing down your thoughts, your speech pattern, your body. Um, Especially as you age, you don't have to keep going at Mach 2.5 or light speed or whatever you want to call it. You can slow yourself down. That I have discovered new words for, called emotional regulation. Oh my goodness, regulating your own emotions? Wow, what a concept! I thought all I had to do was pray and they would take care of all of that. Man, I learned to pray unceasingly, and let me tell you, it didn't really do anything to help my situation. I just became very, very good at disassociating. I would disassociate everything and turn it over to God. Turn it over to prayer. Talk to God. Yeah, think about some of those things you've been asked to do, and what if you really did it? If you really did the thing they want you to do? Would the people around you be happy? Or would they just feel dignified, justified? What feelings do we feel when other people do what we'd like them to do? Do we feel happiness? Because I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I think the people that want other people to do what they want, that's a control issue, not a friend issue, not a one human helping another human. Just because you want something for someone else doesn't mean that's what they want. Letting go of this business stuff that I've been really working on. I mean, I've got the LLCs, I did everything, but there's just no way I'm going to get the money together to do it because I'm too freaking poor. And the people with the money don't have a problem getting around, so they don't want to put their money into it. And once again, those without continue to suffer. But I can't do anything about it. I tried. Um, and it's a loss. So I'm here expressing loss. And at the same time, having this loss, okay, it's an exercise for me to learn how to let go. Because I get really involved with what I want, think, and feel. Goes real deep. And then letting go of it. So many times I've got that Mormon brain in me that, endure to the end. When no one should endure to the end. I'm sorry. If you find something and the words endure come up, you need to start thinking about collaboration, help, you know, um, getting out of the situation. If you feel like you're enduring, find a way to get help. Because no one needs to have that shit in your head where you have to suffer and suffer and suffer and endure. And endure in silence because nobody wants to hear. Because we all have things. And those are the Mormon voices in my head. So I'm telling you, don't do it. It's hard to stop. Um, I have family members, they don't know yet that I've made this change. Um, they'll watch it on replay. Right now, a bunch of them are at the cabin and no Wi-Fi, so we have about 3-4 days before they'll play catch up on my episodes. And by them, I normally mean my mother, because my mother loves me. Anyways, the things I've decided is I'm not pursuing it. I'm going to continue with this scholarship class because learning my whys and what I'm doing next, this class, I'm still going to have a kick-ass 5-minute presentation in front of the founders. Um, you have to do this as if someone at the end is going to give you $100,000. And so I'm pivoting, I'm shifting like people do in business. And so, with that said, I am completely focused on Face It, You're Human, getting my book, the workbooks, the program, and everything up. So I have a whole new business plan and structure and things I do every day to work towards all of that. And that includes sharing Face It with you. And pretty soon, we have one of our first, not sure if it's going to be Peanut Gallery or if they're going to go on with me, but they want to walk through a problem they have using Face It. And so we're working on setting a time and date so that I can show you Face It, You're Human in action with someone other than me. Okay? So then, with that said, yesterday, I've got $800 in 4 different bank accounts set up for payroll operating to do the transit company. And so we're going to shut it all down. Then I have a different LLC for my writing. And so I will just now go and get a bank account for that LLC so that any funds I get from either you or anyone else working towards what I'm doing with that has a place outside of my personal so it can keep being put into for profits and business. And I just have my little, $20 a day draw is my plan. Work my way up to a $30 a day draw. And then just get, whatever per day for the rest of my life. Figure out how I want my residuals. And that's, I have a 30-year plan. I'm 91, 32-year plan. I don't intend on being in any nursing home, assisted living, or even outside of my own home until I'm turning 93. So this is what I plan on giving you for the next 30 years. So, woo, let's have fun. This is not something that has been born out of recklessness or fantasy. This is defined business plans that have existed. I just had to figure out who and what I am and what I want to be and do going forward. And I want to keep doing this. And I want to make my dog treats. And I want to cruise. So I took the last of my little bit of savings because I was saving to put more money towards this business and buy a vehicle to run a taxi. So I took that extra money last night and talked to Brandon at Cruise Carnival, who sends me emails whenever I stay too long on the site or leave something. Anyways, Brandon and I talked, and he got me a last minute cruise, 4-day cruise, with all the tax and everything. I still got to do the gratuities. $385 for a 4-day cruise. And so next up, I always do one-way tickets. So I'll get my one-way ticket there. Most of the time, because of how Frontier and getting out of Minnesota works, I have a huge, like 15-hour layover in Denver. And so, and then I get into Miami normally like the night before because you don't want to miss your boat the next day. So there's a certain gate that I go to in Miami, and I set up this little tent in this corner, and I just camp in the Miami airport until it's time for the shuttle to take me to the boat. And it's wicked cool. So I'll just share that with you. So the 27th to the 31st, I'll be somewhere leaving out of Miami for 4 days. I've not decided if I'm going to have Wi-Fi or not. It's going to be about $100, $25 a day. And so when it gets closer to that, you want to help pitch in for my Wi-Fi, I'll keep doing episodes. If not, I'm going to have premieres done with photo footage and videos of previous cruises, to kind of give you a feel of things of what I am doing, even though it's old footage. But if I get the help, well, then we'll go live where I am. And then you'll have both. What I set up ahead of time. Hopefully Wi-Fi in port will be good enough where I can at least do something while I'm in port. I normally don't leave the ship because I consider myself a flight risk. I could fall in love and never come back. And so we'll have to explore that the next couple of weeks, whether I want to, have an excursion with a group. There's some nature walks. There's some interesting things in Nassau. And so there's a horseback riding thing. It's only, I think, $150. If I did that, I can only afford one. So it's like, But we have time. We have time to figure out what I want to do. I think the only thing I've paid for, it was 20% off? It was $45 for a pedicure. And I just love the way my legs and feet feel after a massage. And so it's not about getting the nails pretty. It's more about getting all the callus and everything off my feet. Because I'm a real, you see, you got callus everywhere. And part of it's because of my Morton toe. When you have a Greek toe, Morton toe that's taller than the others, it affects how you walk. And so your calluses and everything are all way wonky. So I have orthotics, but it's summertime and I'm in my flats, and so my feet hurt more. So there you go. Very simple things that I do on a cruise. Also for this great price, I'm not in an interior cabin this time. Woohoo! I'm in a stateroom with a window. $400. I love it. But this is what I've done. My family, nobody knows but you guys. I am going to use the next 2 weeks to mentally prepare to kind of separate from the world for a little bit in a different way, and explore some avenues of me. Having conversations with people that might just be frivolous and nothing. They don't need to lead to a friendship. I don't need to meet someone and then hang out with them the rest of the cruise. But I do need practice in having conversations, and the cruise is the perfect place for me to practice. There's staff, there's entertainment, there's, oh, if you look on some of my old videos, I've got one from a cruise where I won. Well, it's actually the professional one that they did. I won a lip sync contest. My final was Tina Turner, and oh man, I kicked butt. Tina's all about the legs and the hair. It's all you got to concentrate on, those legs and that hair, and you can do Tina Turner. Proud Mary was the song. And so you can see me having a kick-ass time. I did the thing where you got to hold the beer jug. I came in third out of six. What else did I do? Oh, I just have so much fun. 7 o'clock in the morning, I get up, I order rooms. Now, let's see. First thing I do is I get up, I go to the 7 o'clock free class that they have, and do morning stretch. 8 o'clock, the hot tub's open, and I head over to the hot tub, and then I just do nothing but relax until 10 o'clock. See, my body has its own rhythm, and by working with the rhythm instead of finding ways to work against it, even if I'm on vacation, even if I'm outside of my own element, I can keep regulated. I can keep food and water in my body to keep everything flowing through extreme experiences. See, I do things to help my body prepare for the times when it really needs extra help. Eventually, I won't do this so much. It's all trauma responses. I have so much control over everything concerning me because of that feeling of having no control over anything outside of it. So trying to start this business, I can't even get $5,000 to purchase a car. Can't even get anybody to help me. Maybe it's not the right time, the right people, and I'm a little salty over it. But in the beginning, you can be salty when things change and don't go the way you want. But here I am already moving into something that's most likely going to be even better for me. And absolutely better for you, because you get me. No, I figured I'd just take a little time today to cut loose and just talk. Let you know that whatever challenges you're facing, you're not alone. You're really not. There are so many people out there right around you that can just be there. But the one thing I will tell you with that, most people I know don't need the he said, she said on how you got there. If you can figure out a way to minimize that he said, she said, to get right to the point, it's going to improve most of your relationships. Or ask the person, would you like to know what they said? Because most of the time when people are doing the he said, she said, it's just them processing. It has nothing to do with you. You don't even need to be there. They've said this story 8, 9 different people because they have to keep doing it until something clicks. Or you help them learn that they don't have to do it. There are some things that only need to stay with you. It's also one thing I've learned from watching content creators go at each other, showing receipts of private conversations and all that crap. I'm like, you know what? It would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to take a private email that I had between somebody, or private conversation that I had, or thought was private, and turn around and make it public, and have other people judge and weigh in on it. Yeah, no, that's not my style. It's not my style. Might say some little messages or make a couple little comments in a chat about my feelers about some stuff, but as far as out and out doing that, I believe too much in the fact that people do change and grow. And just because I might have had an issue with someone in the past, it doesn't necessarily mean that anybody needs to be called out on it or made an issue of it. I do see where some of them, some channels, that's all they're about. And I get it because I watch it. So I think sometimes we all like a little bit of he said, she said. It's just how we go about getting it. But either way, those things are damaging to so many people. It keeps stirring up and nothing ever seems to get resolved. We just constantly boom, boom, retaliate, boom, 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 back and forth. There's been a shift in the communities I've been in lately, though, where people are saying, yeah, we're tired. We don't even want to hear about it. You know, can you give us some new content? We kind of like the old stuff you were doing in the before. It's like, how do I take the community or atmosphere that we had at a certain time and not recreate it, but do something different but similar? Create that atmosphere. That's the next step for some of these content creators that have been so wrapped up in this back and forth. You're going to see them do different things or do nothing, or continue the same. This is part of that human nature thing I was telling you about. It's what we're going to do. Positive or negative, it's important. Getting something out of it, you're going to keep doing it. I just hope my words touch somebody to let them know you're okay. You are. You are okay. If the algorithms of the worlds of YouTube brought you here with me, breathing air while I'm live, you've been referred, you've been notified, for whatever reason you're here. And nobody, you or I might never know why, but yet here it is. And that is what me booking that cruise did for me. As you can tell, it's not a closure. There's a lot of pain in leaving behind something I worked so hard on. But I've learned about sunken cost fallacy. I don't need to keep putting the last of everything into it when I can do something a little different. Change a couple of small things and see where that goes. It's kind of cool. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do one thing. But I have the opportunity to do it. And damn it, I'm taking that opportunity. So, we got a couple of weeks. I got to earn a little more money because I haven't purchased. Let's see. I have $120 right now towards my airfare. Towards all of it. I think I need $500, $600 total. Make it all happen. I pretty much can do anytime I leave my home. Okay, this is why doing a 4-day cruise is, I really like 5 or more because of the cost. It cost me $50, $65. I think it's once you add in the tip, getting food at Hinckley when they stop. The groom transportation, it's like $60 just to get me to the airport. Then I have to give a friend $40 to get me to the groom. So it's $100 just to get me from here in Minnesota down to the airport, 3.5 hours away. And you got to do that both ways. Okay, so you add in $200 just to get you out. I mean, before I even did anything, I have to budget $200. Okay, so we got that 200 to come up with, which is why I started doing the one-way tickets. Because sometimes payday or something would happen, like while I'd be in the middle of vacation. I'm on disability, I get once a month. Everything else is just what I get from my odds and ends. So sometimes I have to wait for that. Um, and that is what's kind of going to happen on this trip too. As long as I get there, my disability come in while I'm on the cruise, and then I'll be able to schedule everything to get home. The one-way tickets, I can get them as low as, gotten them as low as $85. Right now, it's about $121 each way. No check bag, just a carry-on and a personal. Um, so we figure, let's just say $500 in transportation to get to the cruise overall, give or take 500-600. See, I've already spent more money just to get to the cruise than I am taking the cruise. Isn't that wacky? I can go have a blast on a 4-day cruise and spend less money than each end. Which is why when I'm on the cruise, I don't really do anything that costs money. Me and my camera are taking pictures. I think I mentioned on another episode that I normally by the second night, this time it'll probably be the first night they'll get to know me. They let me into places after hours. They let me into the kitchen of the deli. They let me into the nightclub after they shut it all down so that I could lay down on my back underneath these really cool glass tables and take cool pictures. They're wicked cool. That's all I can tell you. The staff, if you're just I don't know, maybe they just know that I'm just this cute little old lady having a freaking ton of fun on a cruise my way. If they have a white party, I always do the white party. I have these camp lights that you string up. They're LED, rechargeable, and I always carry that with me when I travel anyways. So I get an extra sheet from housekeeping, and I turn it into a toga, and I put all the lights inside it. And so there you go. There's my outfit for the white party, and I don't have to put more clothes in my suitcase. That was where they have. Oh, and then there's the headphone one. That was the other dance party. It's wicked cool. They have 3 different colors and channels that you can change on the headphones. And so when you walk in the room, all you hear is the people singing and dancing. You hear really no music. But you switch the channel, and then you can gravitate. You can hear, you know who's listening to what because of what color. And so it's great. You can join in with other people or just dance by yourself. And so it's kind of perfect for, more neurodivergent people, not having to, you just get to experience without all the external. The sound is so different when it's just here, not the bass and everything on your body. So here I am chatting on and on about this. You can tell I'm excited. And it's taking away, be honest, a little bit of the sting. I didn't fail. It didn't happen. I have to let it go. Well, I don't have to. For my own mental health and moving on in this world, I will let it go. I absolutely will let this go. Maybe find somebody, along the way that wants to do it, and I'll just say, hey, man, this is all you need to do. Don't be afraid. So maybe I went through all of this to be able to be that that source for someone else. And that's been the story of my motherfucking life. Pardon the language, but that's what it is. I am always that muse. I am always that something for someone else. I just want it for me. I don't want to be the muse anymore. What do you do? My brain was thinking about Xanadu the other day, Olivia Newton-John's character. You know, you're very comfortable being inspiration. But what do you do when you want to hold back a little bit for yourself? Yeah. So here I am. I'm a muse. And I'm amused and amusing. But anyways, I'm inspiration. And I do enjoy that part of me. I want to find a way to give it to myself. That's another example of the things the Mormon Church didn't give me or took away from me. It took away my ability to give that to myself. Because it gave me the expectation and future reward of the celestial kingdom by continuing to be inspiration for others, to continue the obedience willingly. It's a different world. Taking this and giving it to myself. But I can be proud. I own my own home. I have good health. I have a family that is absolutely amazing. So, I really do. I might not have the monetary things, but I have more. This morning, when I went into the house, back door was open. My two cats, Zazzy, Jack, they are there. No problem. They've been outside. It's overrated. Jack's a tripod. He's like, nah, I'm going to stay inside. Mac and Cheese, however, my grandson's cats, yeah, I couldn't find them. I'm like, oh my God. So I walked around the outside of the house, and there they were by the alcove. One, Cheeser. Cheeser's the cat that's just happy to be here. Was actually stuck in the mud. And he's in there crying. So I pulled him up out of the mud and then got him into the house. I had to wake up my youngest grandson because Mac went under the camper. So I needed someone to help coax Mac out. So Mac and Cheese are now back home, safe and sound. I have no idea how long the door was open. Everybody was in the house. My nephew brought something over around 11 o'clock last night. I'm hoping that door was not open all night long. It probably wasn't. But all is better now. But that's what I woke up with this morning about 10 minutes before I went live with you. Was desperately trying to find these cats. And then the relief that they're safe. All before anybody in the house knew they were really gone. So I'm going to leave you with that message. The message that things will happen. Doors will be left open. Tragedies can be running amok. Or not. Through it all, what you have is you. That's it. When it all comes down to it, what you have is you. Every single thing else in your life is extra. It just is. So be a little bit selfish, because ultimately it does boil down to you. But remember, we're all alone, and we're all alone together. So be kind. Don't be a dick. There are certain things in life you can do. They're within your control. And before I head off to get breakfast and decide what all I'm doing with my day, I want you to know that every breath is another chance and another choice. So get out there